Right, right.
It is the 5th of March, 2020. WIKISPEED Standup. Go ahead, Lauren.
Okay. Lawrence Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. And I'm getting some noise here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. My wife has the TV going here. I'll just hit the mute. Here we go.
Okay, so past week, not very much. Coming week, I don't expect much. I did get a new Make magazine arrived, and I had a lot about security. It was actually a homemade, so it is somewhat relevant. Did you get yours?
Yes, 30%.
No, I didn't end up getting
Oh.
a subscription because our address is so goofy, being
Right.
rural, and I didn't. It would have taken me 6 months to find out whether or not they got the address right. It was only four.
Okay. All right.
years, so.
Cool. And then that in the coming week, I can kind of send you the contents or direct you to the website for the contents or whatever, because it's got to basically have all kinds of voice command things without the snooping. So they have one thing is to say, I'll talk about it in crosstalk. It's too long for here, but I will definitely pass some of that on this week. And blocks, yes, family matters, and kind of world events. So that would be it for me for the this part.
Great. It's Michael Wolchuk in Saskatoon. For stuff I got done last week, I got the video posted, and I finally connected with a guy I tried to connect to during the Maker Fair last year. He actually fabricates polycrystalline solar panels. So he doesn't buy them from China. He actually makes the polycrystalline stuff himself and then laminates it onto a composite panel. And he puts that between the rafters, and that's actually your roof. So I'm meeting with him tomorrow for tea, and seeing if I can work with him or help him or whatever. I can't see the process being all that fun, because it sounds like it's a manual process. So I might be able to help them with automation on that, and at the very least, I can learn a little bit of interesting stuff about chemistry and the like. So I thought it was interesting. I'm not sure if it's all that relevant to WIKISPEED, but it's interesting, so I'm going to try it. And next week, I'm not really expecting a whole lot of progress on my list. Hopefully I'll get a couple items knocked off. And blocks I still haven't done anything in my basement, so I still don't have a workbench. Back to you.
Okay, so retro for me is a 2. I'll say a 3, because I read I always read Make, and I think there's relevant bits, and maybe not as relevant as yours. I think yours is super relevant. So I'm going to give myself a 3. The team is 6. Let's say I still do an 8, because from my point of view, I'm always impressed with the stuff that happens and that we do. The process improvement, I'm almost thinking, just think about that thing you said, polycrystalline, and ways it's relevant. I'll talk and crosstalk about why I think it's super relevant, but think about that, and maybe the make stuff, and think about they have it's very poor being able to share articles. It's worse than almost any other site make. Uh, but if you can get to a store, yeah. Uh, this issue is it has some interesting things in it. The cover like tells the story. I'll bring it over actually, and that's it for me.
Okay, I'm going to give myself a 7. I didn't expect to get very much done, and I didn't. I'm going to go for maybe 6 for the team because we haven't. Well, it doesn't feel like we're getting a lot of progress. And blocks are basically process improvement. That's what we're doing. I don't have any suggestions on a process improvement. So I guess that's about it. You want crosstalk recorded, or you want to go offline? You're still muted.
Yeah, I'm happy for now. I'll say if I wanna mute, but I'm happy with it now. So I'm wondering if you can see this. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna mute here for a second. I got a call. I gotta answer. Hooray! It was just the plumber running some duct work from my heat pump and using oh yeah, I have another show and tell too. So there's a recycling place here, an exemplary recycling place that is on every Wednesday and Saturday. It's the center of the island here. And I know people who volunteer, who work there, and it's like just everybody goes on Wednesday and Saturday, and it's quite elaborate. And so this, my friend picked this up and gave it to me. It's a 12-volt fan. See if I can get it on screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So it says 12-volt fan, and I had a thought. I don't know exactly what's going to be involved. I had a thought of running. I have an old car battery that the solar people here have said that do it yourself is way cheaper than any other kind of solar. So yeah, so I got one part of the house that actually has heat, a heat pump and a wood stove, and I use it stove only in power failures or a very cold night if the heat pump keeps defrosting. But I've got a kind of a wing of the house, which is like 3 bedrooms, and it gets cold over there. So I was going to run a simple kind of fairly narrow hose just hanging from the ceiling, maybe like the silver, a kind of industrial look, and blow some air from up near the ceiling. Yeah, I can actually show you. You see that there's beams and then there's a kind of ceiling. So the heat kind of gets trapped in the between the beams. And there's kind of squares, areas like play boxes, like sandboxes. So I'm going to put it in the sandbox where the heat pump is, or the fire, because generally, if there's a power failure, I move into the living room near the fire. So anyway, that's kind of not relevant, but that was what the call was about. This guy's gonna do that.
So
So
that
now,
12-volt fan isn't going to move very much air.
oh, okay,
You can get a duct fan, which is actually intended to boost heat going upstairs in a remote area.
okay.
I don't know if I've seen any that are DC though. Most of them are you just plug into AC, but there should be some
Well,
24
for a
volt
power
ones.
failure, yeah. Okay, good to know. I'm probably my next purchase would be some kind of a thing that's already got all this inverters and I'd be able to plug in. I mean, I've got the generator, but I generally only run that for a few hours a day. So, but anyways, that's really good to know. And in fact, I almost bought a vent fan for the basement for the crawl space. So I already priced them and checked them out at the hardware store. So, is that what you're thinking of? This was to vent the basement, but it might be a different thing. But anyways, I can go. So there's a dedicated kind of a fan meant to move a lot of air, right? Through
Yeah, you can get different size. You buy the size fan that your vent is. So
right.
There's one that's for the 6-inch duct that you normally have kind of going in your basement. You
Right.
can get one that's actually smaller if you like, and you just have to buy different size ducting.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
They
So
take
I'll
very
use this
little.
for something else. I'll use
Yeah,
this.
they take very little power. It's like 30 watts or 20 watts. Or something like that.
Yeah. Perfect. Great. That's what I wanted. That's why I went off topic, because I knew you'd know about it. Okay. So here's the make, and let me see if you can read that.
Lock it down. Yep. Yeah, I can read. Lock it down.
Yeah, and what about the sub things, the sub articles?
Not as easy. Give me a second. I'm gonna flip on the top. Okay. Electrically heat your roof. Ride. Okay. 3D printed video. Okay. So looks like there's a lot of stuff to do. We've got a couple of bookstores that carry Make magazines, so I'll just have to visit and make sure I pick one up.
Yeah, it was the thing above that title. So could you see the sub things? Stop the surveillance with private by design do-it-yourself projects.
Oh, okay.
Search voice home assistant.
Okay.
A secure voice home assistant. Fight facial recognition. Private no cloud IoT server. Safe smart home automation. Yeah, and that's what I was interested. I didn't realize it was right under there. So maybe you can see that.
Oh yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah. So and oh yeah, the project that's funny I was going to talk about is they call it a parasite to sit on top of Alexa, and it blocks Alexa or Google Home from listening in to your conversations.
Okay, how does it do that?
It's a little floppy kind of a doll thing that clamps on. I can show you, and they call it a parasite, and it has a microphone in it, and it muffles it. It makes it's like an earmuff that stops them from hearing, and then it mediates. So if
so you can tell it to let it through.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they did it in the form of something that looks like a parasite attached to something.
That would be an interesting thing to build.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in I think Scandinavia. Somebody came up with it, and he's on his second iteration of it.
Cool.
So kind of that's it. But I appreciate that. So this is, again, it's like a duct fan, different sizes of duct fan, or what name would I look under?
I think the one that I've got is called a duct booster.
Duct booster, cool.
So if you don't turn the fan on, the air still will flow through if it's on your furnace or whatever. But if you turn it on, more air comes through.
Duct booster, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go write that down. Okay, that's it for me. You got anything?
No, I will report back when I talk to this solar guy.
Oh yeah. Actually, I want to ask about that.
Sure.
First of all, I think it's super relevant because where the power is coming from. If we're doing electric things, it just adds so much. So to the I mean, I think it's a central thing to our purposes. Is where the power is coming from, and since you already know a lot about it, and then this is, I was going to say, again, it's just incredible, like the things that start in Saskatoon. I know you got lots of sun there, but just all the things that are going on there, I always am impressed, and that's just so incredible, and could be such a great conversion. It's definitely, I think, worth like a lot of attention.
Yeah, hopefully he's willing to share his expertise, and maybe we can.
Yeah.
If he's open to it, maybe we can publish some of it, because he's a prof, as far as I understand, a prof on campus. So he might not. He might be into open source. He might not be into open source. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, interesting, because there's a guy here who has a solar business, and he teaches up in Kamloops. And
I was going to mention, you said you had solar. You had a battery for solar. As long as you're under, your solar panels under about, if open circuit's about 16 volts and you're under maybe 2-3 amps, you probably don't even need a charge controller. You can probably just hook it direct to the battery.
Okay.
Saves you a little bit of cost.
Yeah. 16 volts. How many amps?
16 volts is open circuit, and under, let's say, 3 amps. So if you're in the 25 to 50 watt range on the solar panel, and the voltage is, like I said, open circuit about 16, it should give you maximum power about 13 and a half, 14. That would be pretty ideal to hook directly to your battery.
Great.
We might call it a battery maintainer or something to that effect.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Anyway, exciting. Really interested in hearing about that. Think it almost reminded me. I don't know if this is this is like the first picture that came into my mind was people making surfboards with fiberglass and foam.
Oh yeah. I think he's using carbon fiber, not fiberglass, but some of the pictures on his website, I mean, it definitely looks like a corrugated product. So the shape is part of the structure.
Yeah. Cool.
So it seems to have foam in it. So maybe he's using that to give the shape to the carbon fiber. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. Looking forward to that.
Yep. Me too.
Okay. Good to talk.
So I guess we're done then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hit the button and we'll talk to you next week.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.